Those blades are sacred.
Sacred. So dull they can't even shave your beard. This scroll, on the other hand, may point me to what I need.
Curse you, grave robber. RK, take your soul.
RK. Blasted RK. 99 fools, life and death, delivered by my blades, and not once has the stance of RK shown itself. Do you hear me? You cannot hide from me forever, my mentor. So the fool comes to dance once more, but it seems I've slain all your partners. Your claws are long and sharp, but our time will have to... First, I must take down my old mentor, and to do that, I need to sharpen my own claws. A sanctuary for the ghosts of the Akavir. It seems one of these ghosts was a greedy one. He had 2 legendary blades away where the others would be blind to his duplicate. Why else, imbecile? To hunt my old mentor, yet he continues to elude me, as does his stance. And only a devout simpleton tries to reassemble the wheel. I will build my own legacy, but only after I have absorbed all the... One, its edge. Both are life and death incarnate. Not at all. Speak with your equal. Patron Balls of Yarn. I have 2 swords to fetch.
Damn fleas.
Hey, stay quiet and follow me.
I never really understood why some people would prefer to pad themselves with more metal. Yes, their figure is more sturdy, but now they're much easier to hit.
You have arrived at last. Do not be alarmed. This pilgrim gave his body in service to the gods, as was his desire. In their final days, many pilgrims come to see. They offer their bodies to the ghosts that haunt these halls, so together they may find absolution. I have. Ever since my death, I have been waiting for you to come, waiting for a sign. Then today you enter on the heels of my pupil. This is no coincidence. Truly the gods are great. That is, you remind me of her. Forgive me, where are my manners? My name is Garrett. I am Savashni's former master, and steward of the Way of the Nine. It may sound still, one who understands. However, the gap between us cannot be crossed. The aid came. Contract, if it were to rise. You see everything in combat. Savashni thinks of the religious and the... Who can say? As such, that she thinks that facing me once more will afford her a second opportunity to learn the stance of RK. Yes and no. Technically, it will grant her the opportunity. The stance of RK is based on instinct. To accomplish, when you have walked the supplicant's road, then you will be ready to inherit the stance of RK. I do not doubt the veracity of your strength. You will also be doing me a favor, as I would like to see the stance of RK once more in the hands of a true heir. That is wishful thinking on behalf of... My hope was that in our... if she... together... Such is the consequence of... First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, a scale of... Lastly, the judge of Akatosh. Only a warrior who claims lordship over the realm of time will light the path. When you have been blessed by 8 who are worthy, and the 8 flame. Now go, my young disciple, and keep the gods in your heart.
Nice clothes. Doesn't it feel better to be able to move freely and casually?
Textbook example of skill and grace.
Halt. You approach the Vigilant of Stendar. State your business. I apologize, but I cannot and will not. I can only hope that those at the hall have prepared themselves. The Hall of the Vigilant Adventurer. The vanguard in the fight to rid Tamriel of Daedra and we came here on rumors that a Dawn Guard was forming, and found scant evidence as to why. Keeper Carset saw no... Nevertheless, she sent a few of us to scout the river. I was on my way here when I was assaulted by 4 Nightwalkers. I would not be alive if not for a chance encounter with my old Thalmor friend Julrulith. Her magic is still formidable, and her politics still reprehensible. Thankfully, on that day, I only needed one. I am sorry, but you must look elsewhere. My presence is needed here, and... Vampires! To arms, Vigilant!
Hold on. Did you
Bring them
hear
all to
something?
dust.
Feel will be your death. Let's go. Smite you. Damn you!
You'll shoot at high. They are already coming.
You fought valiantly, adventurer. I am in your debt. As you have proven yourself to walk in the light, then perhaps I was wrong to deny your request. What exactly is this task you speak of? Then your quest is a worthy one. For such trials, in return for your service to Stendar, I will offer what I can. Then you will have it, pilgrim. Walk always in the light.
It's good for every soldier to walk through town and remind themselves what they're trying to
Things
protect.
they don't believe. It helps them accept the unknown.
Now that I'm human again, shouldn't you know not to take me out on late-night escapades? I'm tired.
Что это ты делаешь, а?
Конечно, сейчас деньги нам нужнее всего. Спасибо. Обещаю, что твой взнос пойдет на благие цели. Нелегко оценить ее дары в нашей... Чудесно. Мы также проводим свадебные обряды для всех любящих. Да, если у тебя нет сомнений, конечно. Ты знаешь, как совершаются браки в Скайриме? В Скайриме любовь такая же суровая. Если кто-то хочет найти... Когда кто-то ответит взаимностью, и пара поймет, что хочет быть вместе, один из них приходит в храм и просит нас провести обряд. Да хранит тебя ее милость.
Nice job. Anything good?
Can't a woman get a moment to herself? Leave me! Осторожно. Паломничество к святилищу — дело непростое.
Gods forgive me for what I have done. Give me the strength to repay my debts in this life.
Yeah?
am an agent of the smart blue cat created to bring amusement and delight.
What's the plan? Well, I'm here if you need me.
What is it? All praise be to Mara. Death to those who turn away from her embrace. Maybe, but the two aren't mutually exclusive. I'll consider it, but if it's passing out Dinya's letters, then rest assured, I already do. Then perhaps you are the forgiveness I seek. Very well. Understood. Mara, protect us both. Make it quick. I have come to pray and ask for forgiveness. I have killed in Mara's name, slain those who have broken the sacred vow. Possibly. Not every whisper comes from the Brotherhood's lips. Not all the Void's children pray to Sithis. Do you seek my services? First, one must speak a name. No. A name is spoken. Then a crime is named. If I deem your cause worthy, I have a code like most. Many whisper the name of an abusive spouse. They come to the temple and seek my ear. They pray to Mara, but they speak to me. Maybe I enjoy it. Duty and love are at times one and the same. Perhaps. But the temple cannot function here, the orphanage in Riften. Although rarely do I ever get a chance to come home. All right then.
If you're hungry, the inn has food, drink, and shelter. Even a rumor or two if you pay attention.
Я тебя предупреждаю. Уходи.
My fur, you will not be walking away from this.
Those who challenge us are fated to die.
This was too easy. Wash gets around him.
Что это было?
Oh, you're dead.
Я покончу с твоей презренной жизнью.
You trolls!
That takes care of that.
What is it now, you sweet talker?
That went
Done and done.
What is the meaning of war? Is it an opportunity for triumph, or evidence of our greatest failure? Ours is to vanquish the unliving.
What
but is that
are we
the
doing
true
here,
path?
underground?
Is our way, our world, something worth saving? Answer my query, stranger, and I will know the difference between triumph and failure. Answer my query, and I will tell you if wars have any meaning. Then you have my thanks as well as my attention. Perhaps my actions were not to make war, but to grant an innocent her peace. Divines, forgive me for my doubt. In the world's darkest hour, and mine, I did not expect to find a friend. For the last 2 years, I have embarked on a single road. Ours was to walk its twists and turns, overcome its many obstacles. All the while believing that if I followed it to the end, I would find redemption. Only it appears the road ends here. In this hollow cave, with the corpse of the child I was asked to save. It was rumored that the child left for Eastmarch to join the Stormcloaks, in defiance of the father's alignment with the Empire. For a lord's house, the truth was far more incriminating. And for a loving father, one far more heartbreaking. Thus the Lord could not trust anyone, save an Argonian prisoner. One guilty of the child's same crime. Vampirism. Vampire dens have always been notoriously easy to track. Theirs is to cling to the fringes of a major hold, close to the road where traders pass. That is where a runaway vampire would seek shelter amongst her kind. This one, however, had spent her entire life in the care of her noble parents. Hers was to run to where no one else could find her. The caves and nooks where darker forces wish to carry on unseen. Yes, the skin, eyes, and fangs are telltale signs. But some men can't be sure the same is true for other races. I was staying at an inn near the border when one of the local Nords decided to take offense with my presence. His was to challenge me to a brawl, and when I refused, he accused me of being a vampire. The word was toxic. That morning, 2 bodies were found outside, torn to shreds. Unrecognizable masses, if not for the bones and teeth. Things were tense around the village, and the gods were in a hurry to solve the case and placate the locals. I made an easy scapegoat. Locked in that cell for days, I began to starve. Not for blood, but for food. Theirs was to offer me bread in exchange for a confession. It was better to die by the axe than starvation, but few can stomach either. So I did what all mortals do when there is no logical escape. I prayed. To Julianos for temperance, to Stendar for mercy, to Mara for love. And when I awoke the next morning, my cage was gone, as was my hunger. Not according to the laws of mortals, but the gods hold us to a different standard. The night before, I was paid a visit by a man, his face shrouded by the hood of his robe. In his arms he cradled an urn, filled with the dust of a vampire. The dust was to be scattered around my cell, as proof of my demise. I knew not how much coin he had passed to my jailers, but it was enough to carry on with the ruse. Outside the barracks, a carriage awaited us both. It took us to a nearby chateau, where I would meet my true employer. When they brought me before the house lord, I told him I did not kill those men. He told me he already knew. The real murderer was his own kin. He asked me if it was true about vampires, if they formed clans, family. He wanted to know if I knew where his daughter had fled. I told him no, but I could find her. After all, I was a hunter. A member of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. So I told him why I came to Skyrim and my desire for penance. Then he made an offer. A second chance for him, his daughter, and for me. Before coming to Skyrim, I had spent my life hunting vampires for the Order. Much like the Vigilants, we often hunted in pairs. My partner was a Nightblade named Arlas. He used stealth and shadow to eliminate our targets, while I covered him from a distance. His was a remarkable courage. Many in the Order prefer long-range attacks to avoid the chance of infection. Arlas never deterred from his methods. Courage alone, however, was not enough to prepare us for what lay in that den nearly 4 winters ago. I watched Arlas scout ahead from afar, melding to the shadows in search of the enemy. The den was for all intents and purposes empty, yet the center table showed not a fleck of dust, and the torches on the wall were recently lit. A shiver swam up my tail like a cold fish. But I knew Arlas was safe so long as he stuck to the shadows. Until I saw the shadows themselves move. The shadow spread its wings, as did the others, cloaking the room in darkness. They came from above, like bats descending on their prey. Ours was to call to my friend and reach for my staff, trying to shield his escape with fire. We barely made it out alive, but not unscathed. One of those foul demons had raked its talons across Arlas' back. Ours was to ask for his last request. He said, "Cure me." I thought it was a joke. He always made me laugh. Now I know the extent of my folly. Months later, I discovered his journal while putting away his things. It seems he had anticipated infection from the moment he joined the Order. He had been corresponding with a mage named Phalion. A mage who was studying a cure. Yours is a statement that I am thankful for. Perhaps, as the Divines work in the shadows, there is a greater purpose to be found. I thought Harla's death brought me to Skyrim to save the nobleman's daughter. Now I wonder if they have brought me here to meet you.